What if I told you that one of the most common pieces of car advice, setting your tire pressure to 32 PSI, could be silently destroying your tires? It could be bleeding you of cash at the gas pump and making your car less safe. Most people think 32 PSI is the golden rule, but for a huge number of cars on the road today, it's a dangerous myth. Now, is it always wrong? No. But the most dangerous mistake is the one you make thinking you're doing the right thing. Sticking to that magic number might feel correct, but if you're driving a modern SUV, truck, or even some heavier sedans, it's a mistake. It is a direct path to premature wear, bad handling, and even catastrophic failure. If you care about protecting your vehicle with real facts instead of marketing hype, hit that subscribe button right now. Stick with me because I'm about to show you why that number is probably wrong for your car. Section 1. The Great 32 PSI Deception: How a Myth Became Car Gospel. So let's tackle the big question. If 32 PSI is so often wrong, why is it burned into our brains? Why do gas station air compressors have it marked? Why did your dad, your uncle, or even a mechanic tell you to use it? Well, the 32 PSI rule didn't come from automotive engineers. It just sort of happened. Decades ago, it emerged as a convenient, one-size-fits-all shortcut. Cars were simpler and a lot lighter. For a standard 1990s sedan, 32 PSI was often a pretty good guess and gave a decent balance of comfort and performance. It was easy to remember, so it stuck. It became automotive folklore, passed down from one driver to the next. But here's the thing, cars have changed dramatically. A modern SUV, packed with safety tech and a heavy battery pack, can weigh 1,000 pounds more than the cars of the past. They ride on bigger wheels with lower profile tires. Their suspensions are tuned with computer precision. Many of these modern vehicles require pressures of 35, 38, or even 42 PSI to perform correctly. If you blindly set your new SUV to 32 PSI out of habit, you are almost certainly driving on underinflated tires. And because modern cars are so good at isolating you from the road, you might not even feel the danger until it's too late. It feels fine right up until you have to replace a set of expensive tires at 20,000 miles. It feels fine until you slam on the brakes in the rain, and the car doesn't stop like it should. For most drivers today, 32 PSI isn't a rule. It's a lazy and dangerous guess. Section 2. The Sidewall Seduction: The Most Common and Costly Mistake. Before we get to the solution, we have to dismantle the single most dangerous point of confusion in all of car maintenance: the pressure rating printed on the side of your tire. I guarantee you've seen it. In small raised letters, it says something like, Max, press 44 psi. A lot of well-meaning people see this and think, the tire company made the tire, they must know best. That logic is completely wrong, and it leads to severe overinflation. Let's be clear, that number on the sidewall is not a recommendation. It is a warning. It's the absolute maximum amount of cold air pressure the tire can hold before it's at risk of failing. Think of it like the weight limit on an elevator. If it says, maximum capacity, 2,500 pounds, you don't try to cram 2,500 pounds of people. That's the safety ceiling, not the daily operating load. It's the exact same for your tires. When you inflate your tires to the max, you create a ton of problems. The tire becomes rock hard and bulges out in the middle. This shrinks the contact patch, the actual amount of rubber touching the road, to a narrow strip. First, you get a harsh, bone-rattling ride that sends every bump straight into your suspension, wearing out your shocks and struts. More importantly, with less rubber on the road, you have way less grip. Your braking distances get longer. And finally, you'll destroy the tire. Because only the center of the tread is hitting the pavement, that strip will wear out incredibly fast. I've seen people turn a 50,000-mile set of tires in the garbage in under 20,000 miles because they mistook maximum pressure for the right pressure. Section 3. The Big Reveal: The Only Number That Matters. So, where's the right information? You don't need a special website or to call the dealer. The number you should use has been with your car since day one. Open your driver's side door and look at the door jamb. Right there, on a white and yellow sticker, is the vehicle placard. This is the holy grail of tire information. It clearly lists the factory tire size and, more importantly, the recommended cold inflation pressure for the front and rear tires. On some cars, you might find it on the pillar, in the glove box, or inside the fuel filler door. Take a close look at that sticker. You'll notice two key things. First, it specifies cold tire pressure, which is critical. Second, the pressure for the front and rear tires is often different. This accounts for weight distribution. That fact alone proves why a single number like 32 PS can't possibly be right for all four corners of every car. This sticker is the ultimate source of truth. It is the specific pressure, measured in PSI or kPa, that the vehicle's engineers determined is perfect for your exact model. Not a guess, not an average, a precise specification. So why is this door jamb number the undisputed king? Why does it override advice from your buddy or an online forum? Because that number is the result of thousands of hours of testing and millions of dollars in research. When an automaker designs a vehicle, they're balancing a complex equation of weight, handling, braking, comfort, and efficiency. The number on that sticker is their engineered solution. It's dialed in based on a few key things unique to your car. Vehicle weight and balance. They know exactly how much your car weighs and where that weight sits. The pressure is set to support that specific load. Suspension geometry. The way your suspension is designed to work is directly tied to the expected shape and stiffness of the tire. Change the pressure, and you mess up the entire system. Tire size and construction. The recommendation is based on the specific tire the car was shipped with. Performance targets. Most importantly, the engineers are tuning the tire's contact patch to get the ideal braking distance, handling stability, ride comfort, and fuel economy. When you ignore that sticker, you're throwing all that engineering out the window. And here's a little secret, even the pros can get this wrong. Busy service techs often set tires to a generic 32 psi. This means you can get your car back from a professional service with the wrong tire pressure. By knowing to trust the sticker, you're often more informed than the people you pay to maintain your car. To really get what's at stake, let's look at the two ways this goes wrong: underinflation and overinflation. First, underinflation. This is what happens when your sticker says 38 PSI, but you've set it to 32. It's far more dangerous. An underinflated tire flexes its sidewalls excessively with every single rotation. This constant flexing generates a massive amount of internal heat. Heat is the number one enemy of rubber. As it builds, the tire starts to break down from the inside, cooking itself to death. This is what leads to the most feared failure: a sudden catastrophic blowout at highway speed. Even if it doesn't blow out, the outer edges of the tire will wear down incredibly fast. Your steering will feel sluggish, and your braking distances will increase because the unstable tire can't maintain a solid grip. On top of all that, it absolutely crushes your fuel economy. Driving on soft tires is like trying to ride a bike through sand. Now, let's look at overinflation. This is when your car needs 30 PSI, but you've set it to 35, or you've used that max pressure. As we covered, this makes the tire rigid and causes the tread to crown in the middle. The main problem here is a huge loss of grip. That smaller contact patch means less traction for accelerating, cornering, and most critically, braking. You also get a harsh, punishing ride. But from a wallet perspective, you're just throwing money away. The center of the tread wears out prematurely, leaving you with a tire that has deep tread on the sides but a completely bald strip middle. In both cases, the result is the same. You spend more money on fuel. You spend more money on tires and you make your car less safe. Section 6. Pro-level knowledge. How to master your tire pressure. If you really want to move to the expert level, here are a few things. First, the golden rule of cold inflation. The sticker specifies cold pressure. That means you check it before you've driven for the day. As you drive, friction heats up the tires, and the air pressure can increase by 3 to 5 psi. Hot tires give false high readings. Second, temperature is a hidden factor. For every 10° Fahrenheit drop in the outside temperature, your tire pressure will decrease by about 1 psi. This is why you need to check your pressure at least once a month, especially when the seasons change. Third, your TPMS light is not a maintenance tool. Lots of drivers think that as long as the light is off, they're good. The TPMS is an emergency warning. By law, it only activates when a tire's pressure drops 25% below the recommendation. Relying on the TPMS is like waiting for your engine to start smoking to check the oil. Use a quality gauge monthly instead. Finally, adjusting for load. The pressure on your door sticker is for normal driving. If you're loading up for a road trip, add more air. The 32 PSI myth is a stubborn one. In today's world of precisely engineered vehicles, using a generic number is just lazy and costly. Stop guessing. Stop trusting outdated advice. And for the love of all that is good, stop looking at the tire sidewall. Open the driver's door and look at that sticker. Find out what pressure your car was actually designed for and get a quality gauge. Check your pressures when they're cold. You'll make your car safer, improve its handling, and save real money on gas and tires. If you learned something today, hit that like button. Subscribe for more videos where we debunk myths. Trust the sticker. Drive safe.